Do we have one? All right, well, hey, here we are, Al. Dom, we're now live. Just missing a microphone for Dom. So here we are at Brother Roberts Field. This Beverly Panthers is going to take on the Lawrence Lancers on a Saturday matinee game. I'm Rich Francis, along with Al Visnick and Dom Lorenzano. As Dom tries to get his equipment ready, we'll start the game.
Beautiful job, Rich.
Okay, so we got Vega, the DH, batting right now.
And on the bump today for the Panthers is the sophomore Micah McManus, the lefty.
McManus, the Barry Zito style left-hander,
right, yeah.
as I called him.
Yeah, he pitched the other day. All right, so we got a 1-1 count there. All right, Dom's got his headphones on now, so he can now do the play-by-play.
So leading off is the DH for the Lancers, actually, Vega. The lineup that will face McManus will be Diaz, the catcher, hitting second, then Manoah, and the cleanup spot, Rodriguez, Medina, Jimenez, Castillo, Soler, and then Romero and Gill, the shortstops and left fielders, rounding out this Lawrence lineup facing McManus today.
Little release point issue right here, it looks like.
Yeah, you know, first start from Micah, you know, there's going to be a little nerves, a little butterflies, but he's been solid in all his relief appearances.
And it pops it up. First baseman is actually the one who goes over there and makes the play. And Michael gets the start that you want. First pitch out.
You know,
Tom, if you look over here to the right, you see we got some of the All-Stars.
Yes.
Some of the most knowledgeable baseball minds on the North Shore with us, with Richie Lentz and Tommy Donovan.
This is the biggest broadcast booth I've ever seen.
That's ball inside.
McManus missing on the inner half. As we mentioned, McManus features a two-seam fastball.
All that's missing is Jack Dean.
Yeah.
Although Jack is here.
That ball swung on and tapped foul over the first base side. And 1-1 the count. On the Lawrence catcher, Diaz.
For those of you following at home, when oftentimes when we get handed a lineup, it only includes last names.
Yes. That one on the outside corner, beautifully placed by McManus.
So we're just going to be giving you Lawrence's last names today.
Yes. Yeah. Nothing too crazy here, though.
Well, based on the handwriting, it was more deciphering the handwriting.
Breaking ball, and he gets Diaz swinging. He really is just a spinning image of Barry Zito. Same windup. That's a nice, big, sweeping breaking ball, lefty on lefty.
So if you were listening at home, you could probably pick up on our mics. It was a little breezy today. Not as windy as it was Wednesday.
That was rough.
You can see out in center field.
Other like it's going the other, the other way.
At least at the moment.
Just missing on the other. And Michael has fallen behind the number 3 hitter, the first baseman. Oh, big cut in the miss. I feel like he kind of stepped in the bucket a little bit there when he took that swing.
It also looked like that ball broke down.
Took a little off.
It might have been running a little bit. Oh, I didn't know if he... does he throw a straight change? Got him swinging, and Michael has himself a nice, easy 1-2-3 first inning. On to the bottom of the first. Lawrence nothing. The Panthers coming to bat.
13 pitches.
Maybe since I'm a mild high school math major, I might have
the way they taught us math back in the day, you had to write it on now it's all 2,000
from old geezers. A real good first inning from Micah McManus. As we talked earlier, Micah's first start of the year. He's made a couple of appearances in the league that has been real solid for the Panthers. I think he finished up the game against Salem. Panthers are coming off a good win yesterday on the road against Saugus, the Sachems. 7-2 win, 5 strong innings from Anthony Mastriani on the bump. And then we got to see making his first appearance in his varsity career for Beverly High was the left-hander Matt Roy. Matt threw the last 2 innings of the game to finish things up for the Panthers. Looked real good out there. And also got to see making his first appearance behind the dish and getting at bat was Drew Sadowski, the senior. It was great to see Drew get an opportunity out there. Big team guy, always positive, and great to see him get an opportunity to play a couple innings behind the dish.
Indeed. So, big right-hander Espinel is the one pitching for Lawrence, and the Beverly lineup to face him will be leading off Petrosino, followed by Kowalski. Visnick in the 3rd spot. In the 4th spot is, I can't even read your handwriting.
Carter.
Martin. Yeah, Martin in the cleanup spot, followed by Carter, the DH. Then Casey McGrath, Guancy in the field for once. I don't see Noah in the field all that much these days.
Actually, Noah started and had 2 big hits yesterday, and I think this is his 4th game actually done. It looks like that Coach Cagle has made a decision that Noah, when not pitching, will be in there.
Okay.
And I do believe game early that you not have that Noah came out off the mound and defensively moved in the center field for the end.
Okay. So anyway, and then in the 8th spot, the catcher Staffier, and running at the lineup, the shortstop Jonathan Reyes. This Panther team has been able to put together some runs here recently. As you mentioned, 7 against Saugus. They put up, was it 7 or 8 they finished with? Yeah, that's what I thought.
7 in 1 inning.
Yeah.
And they're getting contributions up and down. John Reyes chipped in with another hit yesterday. Noah Staffier swinging at Noah Guancy. Casey McGrath.
And in a way, to me, in that Marblehead game, Reyes was the one that had one of the bigger key hits. Because the Panthers were threatening, but then they got the strikeout, so then they were in
danger of having 2 outs and leaving it at 2nd and 3rd. And Reyes shot one through the opposite way, and then that started the whole thing going after that.
Yeah, they really, you get a ground ball right there.
That one hit on the ground, Petrosino running it out. But the second baseman, Jimenez, will make the play, and Espinel gets the first out.
Yeah, and, it looked like Beverly had, the way they hit in that 7th inning on Wednesday, it looked like they must have been working on hitting the ball the other way. Because you can see there's a lot of space between the second baseman and first baseman there.
Yeah.
So you can get yourself a lot of base hits shooting the ball that way. Especially with men on base, at the very least, you move them over.
So this is Kowalski standing in.
Get a timeout there.
Devin's been real hot with the stick and has played some great defense the last couple of games.
Oh,
yeah. Double play he turned the other day.
Against Marblehead, indeed. That was a huge part of that game.
Yeah. He had 2 really nice plays.
Willie Mays catch.
Yeah.
And he's playing in right field today because Guancy's out in center. And again, if we're not enough for you, if you listen close.
That one swung on and driven in the left field. Left fielder started in, had to go back, recovers, and makes the catch.
I don't know if you can call that a spectacular play, really.
No, it was a great recovery.
And then maybe perhaps a little mustard at the end.
Yeah, or just oh boy.
Devin hit that well, though. Wind may be a factor blowing that way, but solid catch. Any ball that goes in the mitt.
Yep. And here is Visnick standing in. That one in on the hands on the inside corner. Catches it, though, says the ump. And Espinal ahead. It was funny. The left fielder very casually drifted over as if he didn't think that ball was hit as well as it did, and it took off on him. Visnick swung on and slaps that thing the other way into right field. We've been seeing that a lot lately.
So I was watching the warm-ups earlier in the game. That right fielder, Medina, he's got a pretty strong arm.
Okay.
I thought he was going to try to make a play.
I think he came up looking, but Ian broke hard out of the box. Ian really loves letting that ball travel. He's a right side guy.
Yeah,
for sure.
And I think Ian may have been watching the warm-ups beforehand, too, and know that the guy might try to throw you out.
Martin swung on and fouls this one back towards the lacrosse field.
I mean, Al,
didn't quite make
being a coach, you're always telling the kids never jogging on the bases, right? You just got to sprint down there.
You got to be alert.
Know.
Always need a hard 90, no matter what.
Visnick going, and that one runs in and hits him. So Espinal got the first two out in pretty quick order. Devin put a good charge into his ball, though, but now it's a little two-out rally going. Espinal finding himself with 2 on now when facing Carter.
Tim has a lot of power. Like to see him up in this spot, RBI spot for Tim.
Yeah.
Ian being a distraction out there.
Espinal steps off, and now Diaz is going to have a conference with his pitcher.
Now, Al, I noticed Lorinda's not here, so she must be doing something for Earth Day or something today. So happy Earth Day to Lorinda.
Usually, Rich, your accuracy is beyond reproach. Not this time.
She is right there.
She flashed you a signal that perhaps you were wrong. I wish I caught on by
You're telling me I'm number 1.
That one in on the inner half and a strike called. What are you guys seeing from Espinal so far? I've mostly seen the fastball and maybe what looked like a little tight slider.
Yeah, kind of looks that way. I don't know if it's
haven't seen anything that was really a big change in speed.
Carter swung on high fly in the deep center.
Problem.
Shallow center fielder over coming in and makes the catch. That one fooled me a little bit. I thought Carter stung that ball a little better than he did, but he really got under it. So anyway, Espinal works out a little 2-out trouble and on to the top of the second. No score here from Frank Forty Field. I'll let you guys do your thing for a second. I'm going to move my chair.
Yeah, I was saying that chair doesn't look right, Dom.
No, not even that. I'm going to go behind you guys.
Okay.
I want to be able to hear both of you talk, so I'm not talking over you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I know,
whatever works for you, Dom.
I know it's weird, but every time Al talks, I'm having a hard time hearing him, and I don't want to talk over you. You know what I mean?
Generally, that's not a bad thing, but in the case like this.
Lance is out of the very tough Merrimack Valley Conference.
Yep.
Off to a tough start record-wise, coming in 1-4 into today's game, but they've played some quality opponents. So anytime that you face anybody from that league, as we did see in Methuen earlier in the season, you're going to have a competitive game and going to need to be on your mark. Thing great right now about the Panthers is they're playing so well as a team. Yesterday they were exceptionally defensively, and like I said, had a lot of hits up and down the lineup, and got the good pitching from Anthony as well as Matty Roy. So hopefully they can keep this rolling. I believe they said 5-1.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's about right. It's all good now.
All right. McManus winds and fires and pours one in on the outer half for a strike.
So we got Rodriguez up now. The center fielder made that last play.
Yeah, 4, 5, and 6 to face Michael Rodriguez, Medina, and the second baseman Jimenez. Swung on and fouled off.
Looked like a little quick on that. Was expecting maybe something. I couldn't quite tell if that was Micah's changeup or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, McManus moves relatively quick, too. I mean, he's not Guancy out there, but...
Well, no pitch clock required, so...
No.
Oh,
breaking ball
for the strikeout.
There's the breaking ball from Michael. Gets the punch out, his second.
So we got a JV boys lacrosse game going on right now. The varsity won 10-3.
Yeah.
That ball's outside. Had an opportunity to see lacrosse coach Matt Reardon. He gave us a final 10-3.
Gave us the victory thumbs up.
Yep.
Ooh, umpire really giving him that outer half right there on that
strike,
one.
Huh?
Yeah.
I was writing it down as a ball.
That's tough.
Yeah. It's tough as a hitter when the strike zone gets expanded that big.
And you see as Medina right there, realizing that, swung at that one. That was
Stafford setting up outside.
Quite on the outer half again.
Ooh.
Oh, that one's driven. Deep left field. Left fielder going back, and that bounces in. Medina chugging for second. He'll get there easily. And it's a one-out double for the Lawrence right fielder, Medina.
Nice recovery there by Francis Martin. I don't think that's where McManus wanted that pitch. Stafford was set up outside.
Like to have that one back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Micah was wearing out that outside corner that he was getting it, and I'm sure he meant to put it out there again, but instead that one leaked back over the middle, and Medina put a charge into it.
Yeah, good job by Medina to take advantage of that location mistake for sure.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Gives the boisterous Lancer dugout a little more to cheer about.
So here is the second baseman, Jimenez. Ooh, that one inner half. Jimenez forced to get out of the way.
Yeah, I made a mistake in my scorebook. Oh well. I'll fix it later. That's why we should use pencils, I suppose.
That one swung on, hit hard on the ground. The second baseman, Petrosino, has it on the first and got him. Moves the man to third, but with 2 outs, Michael will take that all day.
All right, Panthers looking for the third out here to keep Lawrence off the board. The third baseman is up. And, Dom, I'll let you do the honors on his name.
Castillo Soler.
Ooh.
That one missing high. Once again, to the right-handed batter, look for Micah to try and wear out that outside corner, especially with how much he's getting. That's exactly where he went. Castillo gets out there and gets a piece of it, but fouls it back.
Almost like a Little League team with the
I know.
the amount of chatter in the dugout. No,
that one swung on and laced into left field. That will fall, and Lawrence has the opening salvo there with the 2-out RBI single by the third baseman Castillo. And the Lancers on the board.
Good piece of hitting there by Castillo Soler. Stayed back and hit that ball sharply, barreled that up pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing over.
Micah seems like the kind of guy, when you're hitting, you have to be patient in 2 ways. One, his location is pretty good, so he's going to get you to try go after stuff out of the zone. But also, you got to wait on the off-speed stuff quite a bit.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That one upstairs.
That one missing high and inside and forcing Romero to have to bend out of danger.
Yeah, that ball really took off. Noah Stafford just wasn't able to get up to it.
Yeah.
It's good trip out to the mound here to just settle Micah down.
Yep.
No pitch clock, so.
No tracking of the trips to the mound.
Ooh. High, I guess.
Yeah, it looked like that was a little bit up.
Signal there. I don't know.
Yeah. I felt like the umpire flinched, though, for a sec.
Yeah.
All right, so Micah's fallen behind Romero here. That one in for a strike.
That is a tough pitch. If he can throw the ball there 3 times, nothing's good's going to happen.
Yeah.
For Lawrence, that is. That was a tough spot. I actually thought it was even in.
Painting the corners with a wide brush.
Wide brush. Well said.
Well, you could see that 2-seamer run back in on his hands like that.
Whoop.
That one missing high and inside again.
Not too bad. I mean, you don't like to walk guys, but first base is open.
True.
Number 9 guy on deck.
Yeah. Although you prefer to start an inning with the number 9 guy.
Sure.
Yeah.
You want to be economical, right?
3-1. Missing high and up. Micah missing in that same spot, basically 3 times in that at bat to Romero.
His first walk of the day to go with the 3 strikeouts he's had to date, and this looks like we get a trip from pitching coach Brian Millay.
Yeah.
Coach will probably start a little small talk. If it was Rich Francis out there, who knows what the conversation would bring.
Candlesticks are a nice gift.
Visnick, what kind of stuff do you think they're talking about right now?
Oh, I'm sure he's just going out, just trying to settle him down. Like I said, the first start for the young sophomore. Maybe trying to have a little bit of chatter, telling him it's all good. Maybe he saw something with his release point.
Yep. You don't want to get too mechanical.
It's all the mentality of it, right? When you're pitching, you're the only guy out there. It's all you. And when things start to get a little squirrely, you usually just trying to tell a joke, settle things down.
Right, he's off. Nope. And stops. Stops and starts, and Micah missing high and away again.
Be a good time if we had a time pickoff play to second base right now.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't want to make a kid think too much out there, though. But if there is something mechanical, you got to kind of correct it.
And it might be because Micah has missed, it seems, consistently on the exact same side.
Oh, no. Oh, it's a buck. Huh?
That's absolutely
not a balk.
Was he on the rubber?
Yeah.
If he was on the rubber, it's a buck.
Yeah, he was on the rubber. No question.
You can't fake the throw to first.
I actually thought he threw it. I thought wondering how Casey caught it.
Yeah, I thought he threw it too. So it indeed is a balk, and now it'll be second and third. Lawrence already with 1 in the inning. Micah does have 2 outs, and it's the number 9 man, Gill. And he pours in the first strike there. So 2-1 now on the left fielder, Gill.
You don't see that very often.
No.
That kind of balk.
I was a little obstructed by the pole.
That one swung on and tapped. Third baseman Visnick dives, long throw,
makes the pick.
McGrath on the other end there with the pick, and a huge play by Beverly to get out of the inning, still only giving up the 1 run. And on to the bottom of the second, Lawrence 1, Panthers nothing. But top of the order coming up after that, right? Mechanically, things going off the walls a bit. What a big play there to get out of that inning with only just the 1 run allowed.
Yeah, a couple walks.
Yeah, tough chance for Ian there. Came up with it, and nice job on the other end by Casey sitting back there. What I was saying earlier before that swing, with that pole there distracts me. I wasn't sure if Casey was actually holding the runner on. It would be a little unusual with first and second.
I don't think he
wasn't.
And I think that's why Micah probably stopped, because typically with first and second and 2 outs, you have in your first baseman play behind the runner. So maybe a little breakdown in communication there, and again, like you say, things coming off the rails just a tad, and maybe getting a little bit excited out there, and saw a big lead, and thought he had an opportunity opportunity, but didn't realize that he wasn't being held. So.
Yeah.
But he got out of the inning.
Absolutely, just the one run. So good resilience there, and good learning experience. You got a lot of young guys on this team, so getting innings and having situations, that'll translate down the road, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And as I've said before, Micah's baseball IQ is super high, real smart guy. Coached his whole life, the poor kid, by his dad, Joe. Never catches a break. I understand that. I'm guessing that Micah's grandparents are watching. I've heard that they're avid viewers of the BevCam Sports Network. So,
so we would like to thank them then.
You feel free to let Joe know I lobbed an insult at him.
I'll let him know.
Well, Al, it's difficult to play for your father.
We wouldn't know
as we've
about
seen.
That, would we?
Yeah, it can be.
Amazing that our kids got as far as they have playing.
All right, McGrath, Guanci, and Staffier all on the docket here to face Espinel in the inning, with Beverly now trailing by 1. Wines fires, and that one missed.
So McGrath, who made that nice pick in the last inning to end the
He did.
inning.
Real nice job just sitting back and playing the hop.
Swung on high, pop up
Between
first baseman, third baseman, and catcher. Catcher can't make the play. I thought that was the third baseman's ball too.
Absolutely. The ball is going to be traveling that way coming off the bat, and that's an awful long run for a catcher and third baseman. You'd like to see him take charge if you're the Lawrence coach there.
Any fly ball for catchers kind of tough because they're unlike everybody else. They don't actually see the ball come off the bat.
No.
So you got to kind of locate it. And, that glove's not exactly built for fly balls.
That too. Yeah, I was very surprised to see the catcher, the one who.
Well, as they say in the dugout, Casey has another life. Let's see if he can make use of it.
See Bill Loud joining us as well in the.
A lot of baseball
in the booth
minds
annex
over there.
So if our commentary is not enough for you, just listen closely. Turn up your volume, and you get some more commentary.
Strike.
2-2.
Strike from Espinal, and the count at 2-2. Casey swung on, did a good job of letting that ball travel a little bit. Good eye at it, and fouls it back.
Yeah, that was a late breaking curveball, so he was waiting, and that's the best he can do with that pitch when it's up and breaks late.
Yeah.
That's a good job with 2 strikes right there.
Espinal throws a very hard curveball, I feel like. There's not a drastic difference.
Yeah. Casey,
definitely something I would call a tight slider. Maybe a slurve. It's harder to see just how much the ball breaks from up here, but definitely not a massive difference in velocity.
Casey is working on his quab as he gets ready to face the 7th pitch of the at-bat.
Yeah. The quab, for those that you don't know, are the quality at-bat.
And he has one right now.
Yeah,
yes.
There you go.
Get it back full.
That one missing, and now the count full on Casey McGrath. And so far, a nice start to the inning for Beverly, at least making Espinal work.
Few things can get you the quality at-bat, the quab.
That one swung on and missed. Drop third strike. Catcher has it on the first. Got him. So, bit of a battle there between Espinal and McGrath, but Espinal ends up winning the battle and getting the punch out.
Got it on a
8-pitch at bat.
Yeah.
Noah Guanci up now, center fielder.
Noah enjoying time in the field this year. Was pretty much a pitcher only last year, but we're seeing him in center field, a position that he really patrols with great skill out there, and swinging a good bat too for the Panthers.
Swung on and lined in the center field.
Thank you, Noah.
That one gets down. Big hop for the center fielder, so he's got it. And right on cue, Al, as you said, swinging a good bat. Wasted no time taking the very first pitch from Espinal and lining it in the center field.
Well, Noah let me know that he likes to try to make me look good whenever possible. So,
I think it was you who called him like one of the best outfielders you had seen.
Best outfielder I've ever coached.
Yeah.
Really?
Nobody tracks a fly ball like that guy. I've seen some good ones. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
There's a lot of good guys, Austin Bernard, Griff Francis, a lot of guys who can play the outfield, but I just feel like Noah just cut above.
That one swung on and hit well, but also very foul.
Into the lacrosse field. Almost.
Yep.
That was very close to hitting someone that time.
A little bit ahead of that inside pitch there.
Oh,
got him.
And that one runs in and hits Noah on the shoulder. So now 2 on with 1 out for the shortstop, Jonathan Reyes.
Espinal showing he really likes to work the inside of the plate with his second hit it by pitch already.
Yeah.
And Noah's a catcher, so that doesn't really phase him much. He usually is taking a lot worse than that.
Well, it helps your on-base percentage, so you got to love that.
Yeah. If first baseman and both corners playing in here.
So a single, a hit by a pitch, and now Reyes up. Oh, my goodness. And that one up and in as he's leaning the bunt.
No need to bunt him over now.
Continuing to work that inner half.
Whether that was actually going to be a bunt attempt or it was to get the pitcher nerved up a little bit.
I don't know. Maybe.
It worked if that was the idea, to show a fake bunt.
Well, so the corners.
So now Beverly with a great opportunity here to answer Lawrence right back. 2nd and 3rd and 1 out.
Okay, so the corners are in.
Yeah, they're in at the corners.
Well, the middle infield is in too, halfway.
Halfway,
not really sure why.
I know.
That should give Jonathan a little bit of advantage with the ground ball hit sharply.
Yeah, right, Al. It's very early in this game to play that way.
It could be that Lawrence is not scoring a lot of runs this year. I'm not sure.
Maybe. That was a good breaking ball.
Buckled him on that one.
Yeah. Caught Jonathan bending out of the way.
I was actually thinking maybe they would have run a safety squeeze or something.
John has been swinging the bat well, so.
Oh, man. Espinal snapped off 2 really good breaking balls. Probably in a row, the 2 best he's thrown.
From my vantage point here, that looked like it broke around the plate, but with 2 strikes, it's hard. And that's a hard pitch to hit because it was on his hands, really.
Yeah, it would have been tough to do anything with it.
Right. Well, now we're back to the top of the order. Logan Petrosino, 2 men in scoring position, but also 2 outs.
Logan, I think, had 3 hits and 3 RBIs yesterday.
Logan swung on and lines this one right back towards us.
Long look in by Espinal.
Yeah.
See how long Logan waits for.
Yep. Yeah. And Logan going to step out and break that.
Well, you got a runner on second base. Try to maybe mix things up with the signals.
Espinal definitely taking his time here. Oh,
breaking ball.
Another good breaking ball.
I'm looking at the defensive stat still for Lawrence, and a little bit baffled by the third baseman's up on the grass. Let's see if he goes back.
There's
Him
really
being
no
up
need.
on the grass is going to give the ability for Noah Guanci to get a huge lead if the ball squirts away. He's not going to need much.
That one swung on and laced in the center field. Center fielder going back, has it, and that will end the inning. Logan put a pretty good charge into that ball, but the center fielder is able to run that down, and the scoring chance for the Panthers goes by the wayside. On to the top of the 3rd here. Lawrence 1, Beverly nothing.
All right. Panthers have had chances with runners in scoring position and just haven't been able to get over that hump. So, gonna need to hold them here. Looks like we got top of the order coming up for the Lancers.
Yep, it'll be Vega, Diaz, and Manoa.
You know, with all these legends behind us, we'd be remiss not to mention the passing of another Beverly legend, Doug Linehan. Coach Linehan coached Beverly for a number of years. Was in the Hall of Fame. And as you mentioned to me before the game, Al, the golf tournament, Doug was going to be a part of that.
Yes, it was actually named in his honor, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
And now, sadly, will be in his memory.
Yeah. Yeah. I know working the basketball games with Tommy Donovan, he would always get messages from Coach Linehan in the middle of the game. So nice to know he was watching the game. So if his family is watching, our thoughts and prayers are with you.
So busy week for the Panthers here, having played yesterday and playing earlier in the week and Wednesday. First back-to-back games for the Panthers this year. I don't think that happens too many times in this year's schedule, Rich, if it even happens again. Might happen one more time.
Yeah, generally it doesn't.
Another Saturday game.
Yeah.
But talking to Coach Cahill last week, sometimes you just have to fit those non-league games in where you can get them. Might not be optimal.
That one in for a strike.
Also, with this being prom season and all those other types of things, sometimes you have to move games. Breaking ball. No.
Oh. Okay.
Vega popped up to the first baseman, Casey McGrath, in his first at bat.
The way umpire's been giving that outer half, I thought he was going to get that one too.
Yeah.
That one high fly in a center field. Center fielder drifting over, but it's the left fielder who ends up closing on it.
Wind probably had a little something to do with that. If you look at the flag right now, that blew that ball right over to Fran. Like you said, it looked like, I don't know, I couldn't tell if it was shortstop, center fielder, and then all of a sudden it just kept on traveling that way.
Yeah. Just kept blowing back towards the third base side.
Not what you usually expect to see off a righty bat for it to go that way,
No.
So.
But the ball did keep tailing. That one laced right back up the middle into center field.
Diaz, the victim of the strikeout, his first at bat, making sure that he wasn't going to get deep in the count there, and jumped on the first pitch that he liked. Yeah,
completely ambushed Micah there. First pitch, and just put a charge in it right back where it came from. Diaz going to be pinned run for.
Do we have? We don't have a list of subs. I don't think, Coach.
We don't.
No.
So number 15. We apologize. We don't know your name. We needed to give the lineup card back that we were given. So
Beverly does have a couple of back-to-backs, at least one other back-to-back.
Is it a Friday-Saturday scenario?
Friday-Saturday scenario. And
I remember there was one more Saturday game. So,
although, let's see. Actually, it's not a back-to-back. A game just got.
There he goes. Outer half. Good pitch to throw on. He got him.
Noah Staff. He dropped the ball, though.
Oh, he dropped it.
Nice throw by Staff here.
So Micah missed kind of badly off the outer half, but it made it a decent pitch for Staffier to throw on. And Petrosino trying to apply the tag with the guy coming in, just could not hold on.
I couldn't see clearly. I think he was catching it and tagging him at the same time. And he probably pulled the trigger just a smidge early.
Yep. Micah missing off to that first base side again.
Well, we know where Richie is right now.
So one out, man at second, the number 3 hitter, Manoa.
Mignon, I think.
Mignon. I don't see an extra N.
There's a
coach's handwriting.
There's a tilde over the N.
What's it called?
A tilde, the little squiggly line over.
Swung on and missed.
I need my son up here who's fluent in Spanish to help me with that.
A couple of years of high school Spanish, and I know what a tilde is and how to ask for the bathroom.
Baño.
Donde el baño?
So
there he goes for third. Staffier throws. Got him.
And they threw him out.
Yeah.
Tag by Ian.
So
Great
he was
snap, throw. Good tag by Ian. Big out to help Micah out, and the Panthers there.
So he was able to beat Staffier to second last time, but he is not as lucky the second time around trying to nab third.
And one of those things, why are you making that out there? You have your number 3 batter up with 1 out, and I guess that's why right there.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, you would still have a guy at second for your cleanup hitter.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah. I think that's a totally fair thing to wonder, Visnick.
I got 9 pitches that inning. What do you have, Rich?
Hey, we make back. It's supposed to be wet this week. Are you going to go? Very cold.
You got it.
9?
Yeah, our counts might be a little bit off, but I have Micah at 46 pitches through 3 innings.
Okay, you're a little ahead of me.
Okay.
But close enough. Which means he can't pitch tomorrow.
But that's
Speaking
okay.
of who pitched,
That's okay, because they don't have
off
a game
tomorrow. It's Sunday.
anyway, who did pitch yesterday?
Anthony threw 5
Well, no,
innings.
who came in relief though?
Matt Roy?
Matt Roy.
Okay, that's right. So basically, everyone except those two is available still?
How many pitches did Noah Guanci throw on Wednesday? Is Noah available on 2 days rest? I have a sense
Probably
he might
not.
be.
No.
Because he came out after the 3rd inning, didn't he?
Yeah, but he had to labor quite a bit.
Yeah, but
he only threw. He was under 70. So
if he was
under
under 70,
so.
that would be Thursday, Friday, 2 days rest. I'm not sure what the break point is. I thought it was around 65.
Okay.
Yeah, unless he's planning on pitching him on Monday.
Which he might
be my guess.
Yeah, but at any rate, I mean, I think the bigger question is whether in a close game, if you had him available for relief, because you would still have a day's rest for Monday, so he'd be able to throw 40 pitches today in relief. Not that you want to
have him go 1 inning.
But because that game against Marblehead, you got 2 innings each from Connor Conley.
Yes.
And did Micah throw that?
And Micah
McManus.
Yes.
So I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I suspect that Noah, if needed, would be available today.
Well, the other thing, Monday's game is against Tingsboro. Non-conference game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess the conference doesn't mean as much as it once did, the way the power rankings work with the
yeah, you still want to make sure you get over 500 and win games. So.
Yeah.
Devin Koloski will lead off here in the bottom of the 3rd for the Panthers.
Yeah. 2, 3, and 4 for Beverly, hoping to make some inroads here against Espinal. They had a good scoring opportunity last inning, just could not cash in the end.
But, playing against a team like Lawrence, whose record's not great, but it's a D1 team. Beverly, most of the teams in their conference are not Division I. So they have to play Division I teams out of conference to help them with their power rankings.
Devin swung on and bounces this one over to second. Has it up, throws, and got him.
I got Espinel at around 30 pitches. What about you, Al?
Yeah, I had him at 29 going into the inning, so that would make 32 at the.
Well, I mean, he's not walking people.
No,
he's hit 2.
He's hit 2.
But that's just 1 pitch.
Exactly. Yeah, right. I mean, if you're going to give the guy a free pass, you might as well hit him.
Yeah. Saves you 3 other pitches.
Yeah, he's hit 2 and given up 2 hits to date to Ian Visnick up now and Noah Guanci with the hits.
Visnick the one standing in right now.
Yeah, Visnick had a hit his first at bat.
High fly in the left field.
That's
left fielder charging in, still charging in.
Okay, it's a little
left fielder a couple of times
acrobatic play out there.
Had to jump to at the end to rectify his situation.
Yeah, Ian with the 2-0 count got a pitch that he liked, just got under it though.
Yep.
It was interesting. I just noticed that their coach was trying to have them come in, trying to bring the outfield in on that play.
Yeah, he did make a long run for that, and I think that's why he made it an adventure for himself with that.
That one missing high. This is Francis Martin standing in now. Was he hit by pitches last time?
Yes, he was.
He was.
That's what I thought. Oh, nearly had it happen to him again.
Oh.
I think if he leaned into the breaking ball, he might have had another one.
Probably.
He was the swing of the bat, though.
He is a little young to have watched Don Baylor in his heyday, so.
All right, Martin in the driver's seat now, ahead 2-0. He looks at that one for a strike.
Wasn't his pitch. 2-0 count. You pick a spot, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Big half.
You like that pitch, though.
Did not get cheated on that swing.
No, he did not. That was something off speed again, though.
Yeah. Set up outside.
That one swung on and laced foul, third base side.
Catcher set up outside on that. Didn't exactly get the pitch where he wanted it.
Just surveying the outfield setup, if the Lawrence coach was trying to move in his left fielder and center fielder, they weren't listening.
Yeah.
They're way out there.
Right fielder has moved in some.
Yeah, he's in medium depth.
Now, the wind seems to be blowing out right now, so I don't know about
At times it's been blowing in, though.
Yeah.
Right now, feels like it's directly at my back.
It's right at our back. The flag is going right to left.
That one swung on, high fly again to left field.
Oh.
That one foul, though, well in foul territory.
Fran even here, 2-2, looking to start something with 2 outs.
And the 2-2 coming from Espinal. Winds, fires, and misses down in the dirt and away. So it'll be a full count on Francis Martin.
Martin's got himself a quab.
Panthers trying to extend the inning here in the third. Swung on and laced foul again. Martin a little ahead of things on Espinal.
Yeah, an off-speed pitch off the plate might be the prescription right here.
Yeah, he has stung 2 of those also.
Shaking him off, fiddling in the glove. See if it's all for show.
Fouled off again by Martin. What was that, 4, 5?
Yeah, he's going to be seeing his 9th pitch, I think.
Yeah, that's
already 8.
Yeah.
He's fouled off a lot of pitches.
8.5.
Some of those fouls don't count, right, Al?
Great.
And Martin ends up winning the battle there, and what was maybe a 9-pitch at bat finally draws the walk, making Espinal have to work and at least extending the inning for now. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Tim Carter.
There is your definition of quab right there.
Yeah.
Great battle by Fran.
Get a lot of pitches, you get yourself on base. All right, so they're not holding the runner here.
That's interesting.
I know.
He's coming in now.
There he is. Yeah, he's going anyway.
There he goes. Throw down the second is
they got him.
in time. They got him.
That looked like a pitch out almost.
It felt like a pitch out. That was a great tag, though, by the shortstop. I was not sure he was going to be able to get him, but that was well done indeed. So Espinal has to work to Francis Martin, but is able to, on the next batter, first pitch, get a caught stealing to get himself out of the inning. And we'll be on
46 pitches, Al?
Yeah, and we'll be on to the fourth with Lawrence still ahead, 1-0.
I may have missed one or two.
I have him at 45. What'd you say, 46?
46, yeah.
So we'll go with you, 46.
It was that extra pitch that I had.
That's right.
In that bat.
A 10 versus the 9. Easy to miss him, though.
So it'll be 4, 5, and 6. Rodriguez, Medina, and Jimenez facing Micah here in the fourth.
Both pitches right around the same pitch count.
Yeah, and we got a bit of a pitches duel in a 1-0 game after 3 innings. Panthers' bats, which have been exceedingly hot, are being cooled down. Well, Espinal is mixing things up a little bit. He's moving the ball up and down and seems to be changing speeds. And
a couple of caught stealings.
This is a good baseball game.
Yeah. Both catchers displaying their arms.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't like 10-9 baseball games, this is a good one.
I would rather watch a pitcher's duel any day of the week.
I actually would too.
There's more.
But I'm someone who enjoys the art of pitching, though. So.
Well, I think there's intensity, right? Never know when something's going to happen. Speaking of that, did you see yesterday Drew Smiley?
No, I didn't.
Drew Smiley, pitcher for the Cubs.
What is he, perfect through 7?
Perfect through 7. Got a little bleeder. Is that 2 pitches right there, Al?
Yeah.
Yep.
Got a little bleeder. He went to field it. And his catcher, trying to get out of the way, practically tackled him. And ruined the perfect game. No-hitter, whole thing.
Oh, that sucks.
It was going to be a tough play for the pitcher, but I think he had time to make a play on it. Ooh, breaking ball.
Great curveball to get back even, 2-2.
I know.
Rodriguez, victim of the strikeout, is first at bat back in the second inning.
Oh, but he doubled up on the breaking ball. Shortstop is over there, has it, throws, got him.
Can't hold on to it. Couldn't hold on to it.
I thought he was going to get him, but could not.
How you scoring that?
I thought that ball ended up. I thought the ball was hit harder.
What was that?
Didn't that pop out of the first base?
It did. It did. And I think they had him. So I think it's got to be an E3.
I will agree with you on that one. That's how I saw it.
By the way, am I the only one who thought that ball was actually hit harder than it ended up being hit? I think he must have got it by the end.
It did look like it was going to go up the middle. He waited on the curveball, but John Reyes, nice job getting over there. Made a good strong throw. A little bit high on the high side that Casey just couldn't quite handle, but I think it was catchable.
By the way, just something to notice. I mean, I'm not a coach, so it might just be today, but it seems like every time Mike has gone off with his control, it's been from the stretch.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, you get a runner on base, so you have to throw from the stretch, but
yeah.
But that could be, if we take a look at it, it could be one of two things. It's where you step.
Oh yeah.
Right, you step to the outside a little bit.
Oh, it could be many things. I'm just noticing a pattern here, at least in this start.
Yeah, in the last inning though, he did have a runner on first though that ended up getting thrown out. Only saw 3 batters. So
yeah.
But you're right. That second inning. Definitely had runners on most.
If you notice his landing step, he's a little to the right, pulling him off a little bit, which then causes your shoulder to open up some.
Medina doubled and scored the only run of the game in his first
out there again. And by the way, I think he might have just helped him with back-to-back pitches.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I think Micah had missed off the outer half on both, but he got Medina to chase both times.
Yeah, those last 2 pitches were off the plate.
All right, so now the second baseman, Jimenez, standing
square in the bunt, thrown over. So Jimenez was squaring to bunt there.
Well, it is lefty on lefty, and Castillo Soler did single already in this game.
Yeah.
But now pulls it back.
Yep,
now goes back on it. He's going. That one's not going to get him. So stolen base there for Rodriguez.
Jimenez.
Oh, Jimenez.
Oh, the stolen base for Rodriguez.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And Jimenez,
is up.
Is in the RBI position now.
Yeah. Swung on, lines that one into right field. That's going to get down. He's on his horse. The throw from the right fielder up the line, and that's going to get away, and that's going to allow Jimenez to get to second. Lawrence tacks on another run.
As you just said, Castillo Soler had the had gotten himself a hit his last at bat.
Yeah, Jimenez turned on that and dropped that inside.
Yeah, that was Jimenez, though.
That's right.
Castillo Soler, though, now up with the chance to try and tack on another one.
Okay, so they are appealing to third base, as head coach Tommy Donovan had said.
Oh, come on.
But they called him safe.
Missed it.
Ian looked pretty confident that they had him.
Well, as we well know,
that doesn't mean the ump saw it.
And we do not know that the ump saw it. That is correct.
There's a good chance he didn't.
The base umpire is probably looking in the outfield to see where the ball is. The home plate umpire really needs to make that, I think.
Well, you know, based on where the field umpire was, the base umpire was, he can't really see the fair foul. So the home ump has to make that call. But in the process, you're not seeing the guy on third base.
Castillo Soler, that one in the center field, that's going to drop. Of course, Jimenez didn't know it was going to drop, so he has to go about halfway and hold up, even less maybe even than halfway, considering where that ball was. So he's not going to be able to score. So it'll be men at the corners here with one out. And it'll be Romero,
who walked in his first at bat.
Okay, so you got first and third, one out. You know the runner's going to be going here.
And what do you do here, Coach?
I think you throw over to first.
Oh, man, the sun is just trying to peek through these clouds right now.
Now, that's not necessarily a pickoff move. That's to keep the guy right there. I mean, he's not trying to – he knows the guy's not going
Just be interesting defensively if Noah's going to try to go for the out at second. He got the pick there.
Right there. Now you run him down.
Let's see what happens here. You got to run him down, but keep it out. Here he goes. Here's the throw. They got him.
Perfectly done by John Reyes.
Watch him.
Perfectly done.
Ooh.
Well executed by the Panthers right there, trying to steal a run. And they did a good job in the rundown, making sure to keep an eye on Jimenez at third. And great turn, throws, and got him at the plate.
That's a really nice play by Jonathan Reyes there. Run him back. If the guy ends up safe, he's just where he was before. You kind of bait the third base runner to go, and you throw him out with a nice strong throw. Nice tag by Noah Staffier there.
Textbook defensive play by the freshman shortstop. Done just like you said, to perfection. That is exactly what you want to do. He didn't wait too long. He made up his mind to throw it home, and real big out for the Panthers to keep this a 1-0 game. And for those of you scoring at home, it's 1-3 to 6-2 with Jimenez out at home.
Yep. Lawrence trying to steal another run there with 8 and 9 coming up.
Now, another thing is Castillo Soler didn't take second base on the throw.
No.
I actually think he could have got there.
So they failed all ways around on that. The Lancers did.
2-0.
It is.
Yep.
So Micah now with 2 outs in the inning, facing the number 8 hitter Romero. 1 run in already, but a chance to limit the damage and keep this just 2-0. Micah back, got him leaning.
Now you got to get someone behind him. Don't chase him towards second.
There's the catcher all the way down there, part of this. Everyone getting involved. They nail him at second, and Lawrence runs themselves into 2 outs in the inning, gift wrapping the Panthers. Okay, now, I guess the first one you get, it's a play. They're trying to steal one, and you got to give Beverly props for being so disciplined, but still rough to run yourself into 2 outs in an inning.
1 to 3 to 6 to 2 to 4.
I was trying to talk more. I was giving you guys time to write that in your scorebook. But 2 beautifully well executed rundowns by the Beverly Panthers. With a big props to Jonathan Reyes, the one who was able to execute it with the men on the corners, throw home to Stathier and get the big out there.
Yeah, so Lawrence with 3 outs on the bases.
Yeah.
Caught stealing.
Yep, indeed.
So far. And that'll keep it a 2-run game, which was big. That had the potential to be a big inning for Lawrence. So hopefully Beverly can break back here.
And, you know, the rundown is something you practice in Little League a lot.
Yes.
Right? To kind of teach the kids how to do it, but also kind of to have fun with it, right? They play their own games doing that.
Well, you didn't play pickle as a kid?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You do. You kids do that a lot, right? At the high school level, you don't do that as often. And so looks like Coach Cahill either has done that or he's got a bunch of kids who've been coached well at the lower levels to know what to do in that case. And you could see the kids out there, they ran it pretty well.
Yeah. Although Noah being at first base, I think, is a little unusual for traditional pickoff coverage on that.
Well, that's why I said, I was like, the catcher's down there.
We have the pitcher go over and be the second guy.
You know what I think it was? I think he saw that there was nobody there, and there was nobody else on the base, so he could go.
And that is a heads-up baseball play by Noah, so just kind of calling that out for his situational awareness on that. I think typically what happens is the first baseman picks him, he follows his throw and becomes the second guy over at first base.
In a situation like that, pretty much everybody's getting involved, right? Your third baseman has to stay in case there's a mess up. But your outfielders can get involved, your pitcher and your catchers can get involved.
But anytime you can run those and get the outs, you got to be happy as a coach.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And those extra outs there will help with your pitch count as well.
And the bottom of the order still leads off next inning, too, by the way, for Lawrence.
So, Al, I have Espinal. I'm sorry, McManus at about 58 pitches, but I think I may have missed a couple.
All right. Carter, the man now, swing and a miss, and now there's 2 strikes on him.
That fastball had a little giddy up upstairs, that's for sure.
That high fastball, hard to lay off, hard to hit.
Yeah.
I have Micah at about 60.
Yeah, I think I missed a couple somewhere along the way.
Oh, that went high and in, forcing Carter to limbo out of the way a bit.
Tim flew out to center field in his first at bat back in the first inning.
Rung him up on an inside strike. Carter
Tim didn't like it. Jimenez ran that fastball right in on his kitchen. The ump did like it, though.
I feel for Tim on that one. But he's been pretty consistent with calling that. So
yeah.
He's been calling that spot, whether it's a lefty or a righty. He has been calling that spot.
Pitcher's umpire, I would say.
Yes.
This brings up Casey McGrath. Casey with a quad last time, but unfortunately was the victim of the strikeout. And the ball down, made a bid to take first base, but was thrown out by the catcher.
Espinal just kind of rolling along here.
Yeah.
He's been efficient. It's been good.
That one missing high as well, though, so he falls behind McGrath here, 2-0.
Have noticed, though, that when he throws the curveball to a right-handed batter, he starts it off the plate and then lands it over the plate.
Yeah, really for
just kind of lay back on that.
That one missing as well.
3-0.
So Espinal has fallen behind Casey here, 3-0.
strike.
Casey shows the fake bunt as he takes.
Yeah, I don't think he really had much desire to bunt on that play.
No. 3-1.
Upstairs.
Missing high, and that is ball 4, and Casey McGrath will trot down the first.
Casey with another quab.
Okay. And now Noah Guanci, who wasted no time in his first at-bat. The very first pitch he saw, he took right back into center field for a single.
You know, we're not seeing any bullpen action just yet, so Espinal has only had about 56 pitches, so he's going to keep on rolling, it looks like.
Well, he's been very good, so no reason to panic. Yeah. Guanci, once again, trying to ambush Espinal, fouls it off.
Third baseman playing to bunt here. Guess a left-handed hitter. Noah's got himself a decent amount of space over there. Oh, no. Actually, the pole's in my way, so. I couldn't see where the second baseman was.
Oh, really?
Wind not blowing as hard as it had been earlier.
Yeah, we haven't had the greatest weather for our home games, that's for sure.
Well, although it's April, it's New England.
But I was going to give you the qualifier, but we've got all our games in so far on the days they've been scheduled. So.
That's true. So while it may have been cold, it hasn't been rainy.
Guanci turns on that.
Guanci high fly in a right field, but the right fielder didn't even have to move all that much to get underneath that one, and 2 gone.
McGrath on first base after a walk.
4 balls makes a walk. That's how
we got these guys in the booth annex here, and they're not even paying attention. Richie's telling us about the parlay you just bet.
And as we're chatting here with Rich Lenz, maybe we'll see his patented delayed steal. Maybe Casey McGrath will take one. Richie's favorite technique to coach in Beverly Little League.
That one swung on, ground ball over to short. Shortstop has it, throws to first, got him, and Espinal threw another solid inning of work.
He's doing a great job of quieting the Panthers' bats down, that's for sure.
Yeah, 4 shutout innings for Espinal. Beverly hoping this is going to be like the Marblehead game, but they had to wait till the 5th to break out.
Yeah.
But right now, Espinal doing a great job of keeping them off the board.
2-0 game with 4 innings in the jar.
We've got ourselves a new pitcher, it looks like.
Looks like Connor Conley. Connor threw 2 innings in relief Wednesday against Marblehead. Is that correct, gents?
Yes. Indeed, 2 very good innings.
It's Coach Cahill going with the alliterative pitchers so far.
MM and CC.
MM and CC.
So that closes the book on Micah's 4 innings of work.
Yep. I'm going to guess, Al, that that's not how Coach Cahill picks his pitchers.
I think that's a pretty safe guess, Rich.
Can one of you guys close the book on Micah for me here?
Okay, Micah finishes with 2 runs. I have 1 of them earned. 5 strikeouts. 1 walk.
All right. So good outing there for Micah, but right now finding himself on the wrong end of a 2-0 score.
And 4 hits.
All right. And as we mentioned, turning things over to the right-hander, Connor Conley.
Connor, very impressive in his relief outing in midweek against Marblehead with 2 scoreless innings.
Yep.
Panthers will be looking for him to hold the fort again so they can hopefully get their what has previously been very hot bats going again.
And with Lawrence running themselves into extra outs on the base paths, he does get 8-9 to start before the lineup turns back over.
Romero, the shortstop, walked his first at bat, and as you said, was at home plate on that last pickoff play. Interesting, throws right, bats left, shortstop.
You don't see that very often.
You don't see that very often at that position, do you?
No.
Can we think of anybody in the pro level?
No. Oh, man, that's a swinging bunt. Barehanded by Ian.
By Visnick.
Oh, what a play by Visnick. Looking like Manny Machado. That's a tough do-or-die play. You got to barehand it. Yeah. Ian charging in, bare hands, great throw, and got him.
He did a nice job getting the ball on the right side so he could scoop it up. He circled it a little bit.
When Romero hit that, I thought for sure that was going to be a hit.
Yeah, that squibber off the end of the bat, especially for a lefty. Just such a tough read for third baseman. Great play. Do or die, like you said, and just threw a strike.
Yep.
That brings up the number 9 batter, Gill, who grounded out to Ian last at bat.
Visnick's technique making Richie Lenz very happy.
Swung on, taps that one foul over towards Ian again.
You know, I do have a question for Richie Lenz, though. How are the Canadians doing this year?
That's hurtful. That's hurtful, Rich Francis.
He's a Canadians fan?
Yeah, have you never seen the big Canadian sticker on his car?
No.
His watch?
Is he from Canada?
No.
Oh, that's weird.
That's gonna
pops that one up over to Logan. Logan charging in, makes the play, and Connor Conley retires the first 2.
That was a depth perception moment for me. I wasn't sure Logan was getting to that.
Dom, I'm going to guess that all his buddies were Bruins fans when he was growing up, and he just became a Canadians fan, just to be contrarian.
Maybe. We all know
Seems
that.
Like
we all know that guy.
This brings up the DH Vega, top of the order. He's popped
that dog
up
really doesn't like his leash.
First baseman.
I know.
And flew up.
Wow, that dog's got some hops, too.
Yeah.
You guys dog people at all?
Absolutely.
I do have a dog at home.
What kind?
Mutt.
Okay.
I have a grand dog that's a lab hound pit bull mix.
The one mutt I had was a mix of almost every energetic dog breed you can think of, and was the devil incarnated. And I'm a dog person who's grown up with dogs, and that dog was still a lot for me.
Mine just wants to sniff everything.
Those were most
when you go for a walk.
Those were most of my dogs because we had a lab. On the outside corner, Connor Conley gets him looking, and a great job out of the pen there from Connor, setting down 8, 9, and 1 in order. With a big help on a great defensive play by Ian Visnick on a swinging bunt. So Beverly at least able to get themselves right back in the dugout and right back in the batter's box for the chance to try to make some inroads here as they trail Lawrence 2-0.
And we're just over an hour with the game going so far.
Nice.
On these cooler days, you appreciate those quicker games.
Oh, yeah.
Looking forward to the bottom of the 5th for the Panthers. The number 9 hitter, John Reyes, will try to get the table set for Logan Petrosino in the top of the order.
Yep. And as we mentioned, the last game that we did, Marblehead, this is the inning that the Panthers waited to finally break out.
Yeah, you know.
They were pretty much very similar to the way that they've been held down today by Espinal.
Yeah. Yep.
Not just held off, but really cruising was the Marblehead pitcher, Maud, before finally the floodgates opened in the 5th.
But, you know, as you had pointed out earlier in the game, Reyes was a big catalyst on that big inning. He's going to lead off. And then now you're going to have the top of the order guy seeing Espinal for the 3rd time. And again, you know, he's only at about 60 pitches or so. So he'll, you know, unless the wheels fall off, I'm sure he'll just be kind of,
oh, yeah,
you know, be leaned on.
Yeah.
Although later in the game, you might start, warming guys up just in case you're going to bring someone in.
Yeah, I mean, we have no idea right now what the depth is in the schedule there for Lawrence, but
well, I do know that there are 3 guys that are not eligible to pitch. I was able to catch that for Lawrence, yeah.
So and depending on how deep they are, they might need him to empty his pitch count.
Yeah, and I'm thinking it may be also an issue of if you're going to bring a guy in, he's probably coming from the field, not off the bench. But that's all speculation right now.
Well, that's what we're good at. So
Reyes got a decent pitch to hit there and put a good swing on it, but fouled it straight back.
Well, we're good at speculating. We're not necessarily good at being right, but.
But speculation doesn't have a right and a wrong.
Yeah, that's true. As we see some of the softball players here to watch the game.
Strike on the outer half, and you know what? That's been one of the reasons why Espinal has been very effective today. Yep. He's been able to get ahead consistently.
Yeah.
A lot of first pitch strikes.
Struck him out.
Swung on and missed on the breaking ball, getting Reyes fishing, and Espinal off to a good start here in the 5th.
Dom, and as you say that, there have been a couple of long at-bats. Martin had one, McGrath had one. But other than that, most of the at-bats have been relatively quick. He hasn't wasted a ton of pitches.
Yeah, really efficient.
Has he even walked anyone yet, or has it just been the hit by pitches?
He's walked 2 and hit 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
He did have 2 walks now, okay.
That's inside. He likes that spot, but that one he couldn't
get. A little too far.
Couldn't get it.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's credit to Espinal for keep going back to that spot and being able to.
Logan swung on, lines this one on the right field. That's going to drop right in front of the right fielder. Second time Logan's done that. Oh, wait, no, that was Ian who did that last time. Never mind.
That's Logan's first hit of the day.
Petrosino having himself his first knock of the game, and now Panthers have 1 on with 1 out in Devin Kalowski.
Espinal was trying to work that ball in again to Logan, but caught too much of the plate, and Logan just turned on that. We have a JV game going on down the hill, I can see, but maybe one of our viewers on their phones will text up an update to us.
So it's interesting that the third baseman who had been playing in often looking for bunts is not looking for a bunt here.
Yeah, number 2 batter, 1 out.
Oh, I
don't know if you want to give up the out.
It's not something you generally expect, but he's been playing at times when you normally wouldn't.
And if Devin does decide it,
speed, he could drop one down.
Still do it, for sure.
Okay. Devin slaps that one in the right field. The right fielder is there, though. Going over and makes the catch is Medina.
Seems like most balls up in the air are just hanging up today.
Yep.
Although for the first time today,
the wind is not your friend right now hitting, I don't think.
Now, it'll be interesting here if Coach tries to steal at some point in this at-bat.
All right, so here is Visnick standing in. And Visnick swung on high, fly in the center. Center fielder charging in, has it, makes the play, and that will do it for Beverly in the 5th. Espinal once again being very efficient, it seems, getting some early pitch outs.
Yeah, not a lot of pitches in that inning.
No. He's done a good job of pouring in strikes, just inducing weak contact, high fly balls, ground outs.
So I've got Espinal at under 70. At under 70 pitches. Which, if you're trying to set a guy up, then he might be available when you need him next. But the way he's pitching, you're probably going to see him continue.
I think so, too.
Yeah, I think he's seen the top 3 batters 3 times. Yeah. I don't think that there's a compelling argument to take him out.
No, he's pitching pretty well. And, again, we don't know much about the depth. We do know that they have 3 guys who aren't eligible, so they may not be deep with their pitching. And if a guy who doesn't seem to be slowing down any, you might as well ride him out.
Yeah, right now, if you're, as you said, 3 guys not available, so Espinal seems exactly what the doctor ordered for the Lancers. So Connor back on for his second inning of work out of relief. 1-2-3 inning last inning. Now he'll face Diaz, Manoah, and Rodriguez, 2, 3, and 4. The catcher, the first baseman, and the center fielder.
Al, what's the word on the golf tournament in terms of capacity?
Last I talked to JR, which was a little over a week ago, I think there were just a handful of openings left. He was expecting it to sell out. I'm not quite sure if he's sold out the last couple of foursomes or not, but it's promising to be a big event. So no harm in contacting JR or the Beverly Boosters. If still interested, promises to be a good day.
So that first pitch there was down in the dirt. Connolly out there again.
Strike.
So they officially start Monday.
Diaz has struck out and singled.
That one swung on, ground ball over. First baseman has it. Connor was not get off the mound. Second baseman Petrosino was also going over there, and you know.
Unfortunately, Connor hesitated on that and didn't break as soon as he came off the bat, and that gave Diaz enough of a head start to win that race.
So that goes down as a hit, even though there was a bit of a mental error.
That's, you know, kind of one of the first miscues of the game, really, for either team. I guess you could say Lawrence has had a couple on the base paths running, but there really has been very few miscues at all today.
They stopped by Stafford. You're getting down for that.
But that one hurts, as you give Lawrence a fourth out, basically.
Yeah. Connor just needs to recompose himself, put it behind him, and move forward and keep him off the board. He's been throwing great.
Throw over.
Definitely unfortunate, but he just needs to get rid of that and get back to what he's been doing so effectively Wednesday and so far today.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, that ball was hit pretty far over. Maybe he just didn't expect Casey to range over that far, but they got him leaning.
Got him. Ooh.
Yeah, he did get him leaning a bit.
Been watching a lot of base running this spring and been seeing a lot of runners jumping around.
Yeah.
You know, they're just not taking their lead and setting up. They like to jump and dance, and
this is
feet are in the air. You can't get them on the ground to get back to the bag.
Yeah, this is a courtesy runner for the catcher, Diaz. Again, we don't have all the substitutions available to us.
He's going. He's going. Outer half. Good ball for Staffier again. Not this time either, though.
Hit the runner.
That one, yeah.
Not going
bounce up, hits the runner, goes off in the center field. But
got an excellent jump on that.
Yeah, you did. Called that a ball, didn't they?
That make it 3-0?
3-0. Okay, let's see. Coach wants to talk about something. I don't know what.
Is he trying to say that the guy was in his way so he couldn't go to third?
Could be.
Listen, he's sliding in the second. The ball didn't go that far away. I don't think he's going to third either way.
Yeah. This is the kind of play where the two umpires are talking, and most likely you're not going to override your partner's call on a play like that. And he doesn't.
This will bring up...
Still talking.
Yeah, still trying to plead his case, but definitely falling on deaf ears.
Yeah. And he calls that a strike.
And Connor gets the call that time on that outer half of the plate. A call that, as we said, consistently has given that to the righty and then inside on the lefty.
Connor back even now with a 3-2 count.
You know, I think that's the third time I've seen Manoah do that. He's getting a habit of stepping into the bucket sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's an impatience waiting for the ball or...
I got him.
Connor battles back from 3-0 with 3 straight strikes.
Yeah.
To strike out the number 3 hitter, who unfortunately registers his 3rd strikeout of the day. And that brings up the cleanup hitter, Rodriguez, who has struck out and has reached on an error and scored 1 of the 2 Lawrence runs.
Look at him back.
Connor doing a check back there on the man at second, who obviously already has a stolen base.
As we've seen, Lawrence is aggressive on the bases.
Sometimes to their detriment.
Yeah.
Outside.
A couple of times to their detriment today.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, this is the center fielder, Rodriguez.
It wouldn't make sense to try to steal right here. You get your cleanup hitter.
We did have a runner thrown out at third for Lawrence in a similar situation.
Yeah.
He's got himself a lead.
Rodriguez
swung
on and
blowing
missed.
a little.
It is indeed.
Strike.
Wide strike zone right
wide
there.
brush again.
Yeah.
Hasn't usually done it to that side.
No.
That's
But again,
okay,
if you set up out there,
But yeah, no, 100%. I'll take that all day.
Ground ball.
That one swung on, hit on the ground. Petrosino has it, throws, and got him.
Moves the run.
Wide turn.
Oh, almost had him. Oh.
Nice job by Logan to see it, and a decent bid over there to try to get him trying to get back to third.
All right, so
I thought for a minute that the base runner thought that was the third out, the way he made that turn.
I know.
This will bring up the right fielder, Medina. He doubled and scored a run back in the second and struck out in the 4th.
They're going to walk him intentionally.
An intentional
Not a
walk.
bad move. Well, I don't know. 1st and 3rd now.
So they will intentionally walk Medina here to face the second baseman, Jimenez.
Who has grounded out to second and has an RBI base hit.
Interesting. A lefty batter against a righty pitcher.
Yeah. But now you don't have to throw those pitches either, so it kind of saves you on a pitch count.
Yes. Jimenez swung on and missed, and Connolly gets ahead of him.
Very interesting. I'd like to know the thought on that walk.
Yeah, Jimenez had a hit his last at bat.
Gives you a forced play in the middle, unless he steals.
What are we looking at?
Maybe they're thinking about the Lawrence base running to date. Maybe
I know, yeah.
Thinking they can
get a guy
buy an extra out. Well, they gave him an extra out this inning. Maybe they can get it back.
Not going.
Swung on, hard hit, but right over to Logan. Logan up with it smoothly, fires to first, and whatever reasoning it was works out just fine.
I think there was somebody in that dugout that knew something that we didn't.
Oh, I'm sure.
Speculation.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, maybe it was also a scouting report on the hitter directly. Maybe it's about Medina, too. I don't know.
Well, and you know, the interesting thing about that is they didn't have the runner go. And if the runner was going on that play, that ball might have got through as a base hit.
Oh, yeah, it probably would have.
But it didn't.
But Connolly works an inning, keeping Lawrence off the scoreboard and onto the bottom of the 6th, still 2-0.
Big props to Connor there. We talked about that first runner in the inning getting on and being able to put that behind him.
Yep.
So one of those situations where there was a mental error, but no harm. Talked about many times about baseball being a game of failure and the adversity that you face in a game, and you know, having that Ted Lasso goldfish memory serves you well in the game of baseball.
Yes, it does.
Great job there. Hats off to Connor Conley for 2 scoreless innings in relief. That
He's only thrown about 25 pitches.
An opportunity.
So he may go another inning. We can't see the Beverly bullpen here, so I never know if there's somebody warming up or not. We don't have the call to the bullpen.
Brought to you by. Who is it brought to you by for the Red Sox now? I don't even know.
I don't know. FWM.
Whoever it is, they're getting their brand out there a lot.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, Garrett Whitlock a few days ago was the first pitcher to go over 5 innings.
Yes.
The starting pitcher to go over 5 innings.
Their first quality start of the season.
Yeah.
Although the Red Sox did break through, I believe they're 11-10 now. The first time they're over 500 this season.
Oh yeah, no. Listen, all the jokes aside, they're winning some games.
Yeah, well, they played the Angels a number of times, which kind of helps.
They beat a very good Milwaukee Brewers team.
Yes.
Last night.
I mean, I am not a believer in the Brewers, but they have played very well.
Sure. Francis Martin up now.
High fly in the center
tough
field.
One
center fielder tracking and
makes the catch. Yeah, Buddy loses the hat.
The wind continues to make a lot of these flies unpredictable.
8 fly ball outs for the Panthers. Means they're getting under an awful lot.
Half of their 16 outs to date have been in the air.
And while the wind is kind of tricky out there, you hate to see fly ball outs.
Yeah. All right, Carter, the man stepping in now, and Carter swung on and missed. Looked like he was a little ahead of that one from him from Espinal.
That's upstairs. Panthers not able to get too many base runners today.
Strike.
Ooh, buckled them.
Yeah, this is starting to become a dominant appearance.
Yes, it is.
For sure.
Panthers with 6 base runners today. Unable to knock any of them in.
No, Carter high pop up. Second baseman Jimenez under it and makes the catch.
Another fly ball out.
Four in a row in the air.
Yeah.
That'll bring up Casey McGrath, who's put up some good at-bats, has a strikeout and a walk.
You know, as much as Espinal has been buckling guys with that curveball, he's only got 4 strikeouts.
Yeah, well, we've talked about how he's gotten a lot of outs early in counts.
Yeah. Well, the fly balls also kind of shows you guys off balance a little bit.
Yep. And there is that breaking ball in for a strike on McGrath. Has Espinal set, what, 1, 2... Espinal working on 7 in a row, I think, right now. Right? Am I reading your scorebook right?
1, 2.
Oh, I didn't see that one in between. Never mind.
There was a base hit there.
Yeah, there was. Petrosino singled.
Yep.
So he's working on
5 in a row.
5 in a row.
It's a relatively clean-looking book, even though I made a few mistakes on it.
Good job, Rich.
I'd like it to get messy here.
I like that because I don't have my own book today.
Right.
That one called strike on the outside corner.
Casey did not like that call.
No, he didn't.
Casey, that's been the consistent one.
Yeah.
And while in most cases that's not a strike,
yeah,
he's been calling that all day.
It has. He has at least been consistent. That's 5 in a row set down by Espinal now.
You have another 8 pitch innings.
6 innings. Yeah, I think he did.
I believe so, yeah.
That's 2 8. I have him for 2 8-pitch innings in a row.
Yeah, I got him at about 75 pitches.
So
I have him
6.
at 75 myself, yeah.
Okay.
So 6 shutout innings from Espinal. And honestly, as this game has gone on, he's gotten stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
I mean, he's really hit his stride the last 2 innings, I feel like.
Connolly back out there for another. Yeah, it looks like the Lancers going to ride Espinal through this game.
Carter back for his third inning of work here in the top of the 7th with the bottom 3 batters for the Lancers coming up. Castillo Soleil 2 for 2 has done the most damage so far in terms of number of hits and has one of the 2 RBIs. Followed by Romero, the shortstop, who has walked and grounded out to the third baseman, followed by Gill, the number 9 hitter, the left fielder, with a ground out to third and a pop-up to second. So Connor's going to do his best to keep his boys in this with a 2-run deficit. I have Connor for 24 pitches so far.
All right, so Castillo Soler standing in and swung on and missed at the early offering from Connolly.
That one got a piece of Noah staff here, and the umpire will give him the courtesy of taking a little walk to visit the pitcher.
Looks like it got him off of his throwing hand there, maybe hand or wrist. Such is the danger of being a catcher. Got to be a little wacky to get behind the plate like that.
That one missing high and away, and back even up at 1-1. Strike. There it is again, consistently on that outer half. And again, both hitters on either side continuing to complain, but you have to adjust and know it's going to be a strike.
A strike zone like Bruce Doig. Bruce used to call that outside strike a lot.
Nobody is safe from Rich Francis.
Hey, you know what, though? We got to thank Bruce for spending all that time down there.
Absolutely, and organizing and training the umpires.
Yeah. Which, you know, a lot of umpires have opted not to do games anymore just because they get sick of parents getting yelled at by them.
That's a thankless referees and umpires. Thankless work.
It is.
And you can't play without them.
No.
Right. And we've seen some games have to get rescheduled because of lack of officials.
That one swung on and dribbled up the first base side. Staffier has it, pounces on it, throws him out at first.
Not only did Noah recover from that foul ball that took a chunk out of him, but he hopped out of there quick as a blink and had plenty of time to set himself. And
got himself on the inside, made a nice throw.
Well played.
Yep. You know, talking about the lack of officials, there were a number of football games in the fall that were played on like Thursdays because they don't have enough umpires, referees. Oh, that was a ball.
That is one issue that you don't inquire in Ultimate Frisbee. Games are mediated by the players.
Really?
No officials.
Really? Interesting.
One I was attending the other day was, I'm not sure if that's always the case, so maybe it's I think that goes within the spirit of the game, and I'll try to verify that.
Well, I think in most colleges it's a club sport. It's not a varsity type of sport.
Popular sport.
Yeah, it's a very popular sport, fast-growing sport.
Especially in college. That one on the inner half.
I think that was ball 4 anyhow. I don't think that hit him.
Not as fast-growing sport as pickleball.
What?
Which is the fastest-growing sport in America, Dom.
What?
If you're not on the pickleball train, you're missing something, Dom.
What is pickleball?
I don't get it. I don't like it myself, but it's essentially ping pong while you're standing up.
Okay.
You know, I mean, it's like life-size ping pong.
Slow roller. Conley got a piece of it and slowed it down.
So Gill will reach on a fielder's choice, and did Karna get a piece of that, Dom?
Yeah, I think he did.
That will make.
I think that's what caused Reyes to have to.
Romero out 1-6.
Yeah, that's what caused him to have to come in like that and ended up just waiting and tagging second almost as he was fielding the ball.
So now pickleball, you play with a paddle, similar to a ping pong paddle.
Okay.
Larger ball.
Almost like a wiffle ball without holes in it.
Okay.
Oh, they have holes in them. They just have lots of holes. But it's really big in all those retirement communities down in Florida and South Carolina.
Is it a table, like a ping pong table?
No, it's a full-size court.
Tennis court.
It's smaller than a tennis court.
With a net.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you'd like to see one, there's a beautiful one in Manchester.
Yep. They're building
just
them all
after
over
the
place.
Little League field.
Okay.
On 127.
And I believe they're building some here in Beverly.
Oh, really?
I think so, yeah.
Am I going to see pickleball championships on ESPN The Ocho?
Yes. Maybe not. Maybe even on ESPN, the main station, because it's they've gotten some retired tennis players. I saw Andre Agassi play John McEnroe the other day.
No way.
LeBron James and Tom Brady have both bought into teams.
That's hilarious.
Is it a professional league?
Everything is a professional league.
Yep. It's got a huge following. It's kind of ridiculous, but a lot of tennis players who can't run around as much anymore. They play on the smaller thing.
But it's not without its controversy. There was a public nuisance complaint filed in Wellesley due to the noise of the ball hitting the paddles disturbed the neighbors, so they went to town hall to get the
I can't imagine the people in Wellesley having a problem with a nuisance like that. Ooh.
That was close.
Connor thought he had him. He was starting to walk off the mound. He was making the call himself.
But back to baseball. Now that we've enlightened everyone on pickleball.
There he goes. He's off, swung on, and fouled off. He definitely, I think he had that stolen. I thought he got a good jump.
Well, they wanted to be. Where did they find the ball?
Whoops.
He's going again.
There he goes again. That one missing ball
the
4.
reason that he went, it was a 3-2 count with 2 outs.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I was wrapped up in pickleball.
I know. It's mesmerizing.
I didn't realize it was a 3-2 count. I should be fired.
Vega walks, makes runners first and second.
Yep.
Brings up Diaz, the left-handed hitting catcher, who has struck out and had 2 base hits.
Yeah, I was going to say, Diaz has swung a very good bat today. All right.
I told my daughter, who's into sports marketing in college right now, look into pickleball because it's fast growing and it's ground floor.
Diaz swung on and fouled off, and Connolly here on a day where the Beverly Bats have been silenced by Espinal. This is a big thing there. He's got to keep this game right where it is. He's got 2 outs already, but a tough hitter in Diaz at the plate. Missing off the outer half there and back to even at 1-1.
You know, I mentioned my daughter. Instead, she's doing some sports marketing management stuff for a small little baseball club operating out of the
Diaz,
New York Yankees.
Big swing and a miss. Yeah, you told me she's doing minor league.
Yeah. Well,
Do you know what level?
She's with the.
Well,
she's with the Yankees and the Tarpons, which is their minor league team, which is their single-A short season team, I believe it is.
Oh, and a strikeout.
Struck him out. Connolly is able to keep this game right at where it is, stranding 2 men on base, getting the tough Diaz, and on to the bottom of the 7th now. Panthers down 2-0 and down to their last 3 outs.
All right. Yeah, so the Tarpons are similar to what the Lowell Spinners were.
Okay.
At short season single A, I think they call it.
All right.
What did you say their minor league affiliates are called?
The Tarpons are the Yankees.
The
The Tampa Tarpons.
Oh, they're in Florida.
Down in Florida. They play at Steinbrenner Field.
Because I was going to say, that's where their spring training facility is.
So she had been working for the Yankees during the spring training and the fantasy camps. And Al, I'm sure you're aware of how the fantasy camps work.
I actually am not.
Oh, you've never participated in those?
No, Rich. I play competitive baseball.
I know you do. I thought
my age.
I thought Lorinda had said you had actually gone to a fantasy camp before.
No.
Maybe she said she was thinking of sending you to one.
What is a fantasy camp?
So
to play with retired ball players against them. So
against, like a Nick Swisher type who's still able to move around, and then the guys who can't move around, they help coach and such. So
that's kind of fun.
Well, good. Now that I know that you don't play fantasy camps, I can kind of make fun of them.
So,
but you're aware of what they are.
When your daughter comes home, is she allowed in the house that she works for the Yankees, or how do you feel about that?
It's difficult. We do have a deck, and she only comes up during the summer, so, give her a tarp on those rainy days. Actually, my wife went down to visit her last year for a spring training game, and my daughter said, Natalia is my daughter's name, by the way. She said, yeah, I'll have some Yankees gear for you to wear. My wife refused. She said, no, I'm going to wear my Red Sox stuff. They had a little argument over you can't wear the Red Sox stuff. So they compromised. My wife did not wear any team's gear. And my mother-in-law wore a Yankees shirt.
All right, so it'll be Guanci, Staffier, and Reyes to face Espinal. Espinal trying to complete a complete game shutout. Though if anything goes wrong, it's not like he's got a lot to work with. 2-0 the score.
Well, I'm going to guess if you see like two guys get on base, you might see someone warming up. But other than that.
Guanci high fly in a center field. Center fielder barely has to move. That's been the theme of the day. Easy fly ball outs.
Yeah, Rodriguez, the center fielder, he's got himself quite a few putouts.
He's looked good out there in center.
I have him for 5.
Yeah. As do I.
All right, Noah Staffier now, the catcher. High fly again. Ball. This one by the third baseman. Third baseman under it, got it. 3 pitches, 2 outs. And the Panthers down their last out here.
The Panthers have only hit 3 ground balls all day.
That's a pinch hitter, isn't it?
This is Graham Gavin pinch hitting for John Reyes.
So Graham Gavin standing in the last chance for Beverly. And the last one standing in front of Espinal between him and a complete game shutout. That one missing as well, so 2-0 on Graham Gavin.
Graham trying to extend it for the top of the order with Logan Petrosino in the on-deck circle.
I'm going to guess Graham's not going to be swinging at this pitch.
I would think not.
As the wind picks up a little bit.
That one missing high and in.
Saw Graham's grandmother Sarah here earlier today.
She was also at the Saugus game. I saw her yesterday. I got there a little tardy. My day job getting in the way again.
That's terrible.
Missed you guys on Wednesday, but I had the broadcast on in the office.
Nice. Strike.
That's in there for a strike. Is he taking another?
I would. It's not like he's the tying run.
Yeah.
If it's down the middle of the plate, I'm swinging.
Yep.
Well, he did.
Works it full.
3-2.
All right, full count on Graham Gavin. 2 outs in the inning already. Panthers down to their last strike. The starter, Espinal, still on the hill. And he looks at ball 4 as Graham Gavin throws the bat and nearly hits his teammate.
We almost needed a pinch hitter for Logan. Good job by Graham getting on base, though.
Yep.
Indeed, and now Logan Petrosino on the top of the Panther lineup. Logan representing the tying run.
I was going to hear Richie praying back there.
Espinal trying to finish off the last 3 outs, the hardest ones.
Calls that one a strike.
Logan doesn't like it.
No. Again, he's been calling that outside pitch.
Logan has no problems going the other way, but that was not where you want to go with your first pitch of the at-bat.
Right. No.
For sure.
Especially after our walk, too. Breaking ball in the dirt. Catcher smothers it.
Yeah, that's been at about 85 now.
Again, if you're Graham Gavin at first, you have to be absolutely sure that you're making that base if you're going on anything, because, you know, you're not the tying run.
Right.
Logan swung on, high pop-up. Shortstop and third baseman coming together. The shortstop, Romero, takes it, and that will do it. Espinal finishes a complete game shutout, a complete masterful performance from the Lawrence Lancer starter.
He held the Panthers to just 3 hits today from 3 of the 5 senior captains, Noah Guanci, Logan Petrosino, and Ian Visnick. Walked a couple of batters, hit a couple of batters.
That was early in the game, too. I mean,
it was.
Late in the game, he really didn't have many
And had 4
issues.
strikeouts. 3 walks, 2 hit pitches, 3 hits.
12 fly balls. 12 fly ball outs.
So that'll do it here. Lance taking this one 2-0 over the Panthers, and you know, Micah McManus is going to get the loss. Espinal the win. Micah pitched a good game in his own right. Connor Conley out of the pen was effective once again, but they just ran into a buzzsaw in Espinal today.
Yeah, I'd call it a hard luck loss. You can't fault the pitching. You can't fault the defense in the Panthers. You just got to tip your cap. It was a really well-pitched game. Go back to work, get back in the cage. You know, baseball's a funny game. The Panthers have been scoring runs by the bunches. But I think we saw it in their only other loss of the season. They just couldn't string it together.
Yeah.
Really didn't threaten a lot. Had something early with 2 runners on in the first inning. And then we had 2 runners on in the second inning. And other than that, we did not have more than a base runner on first base the rest of the game.
Yeah. No, Espinal was completely masterful today. And as you mentioned, Al, as the game went on, he only got better and better.
Yeah, and you know, he did have a couple situations. Hit a guy, you know, walk here and there, and you know, looked like if he didn't keep his frame of mind right, the Panthers might have been able to jump on top of him, but he really stayed confident out there and pitched really well.
The bright spots for the Panthers, you're looking at some arms here with Micah McManus and Connor Conley. Connor, I got him for 5 innings of shutout relief this week, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And Micah McManus threw 6 innings this week and only gave up the 1 earned run.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you know, Noah Guanci and Anthony Mastriani, the known entities coming into the season, and the Panthers are getting more depth in their pitching.
Yeah.
And I think we should continue, you know, to stay positive what looms ahead for us the rest of the season, because you can never have enough pitching in this game.
No, exactly. Not at all. Not at all. All right, so that'll do it here for us from Frank Forty Field. Lawrence taking this one 2-0 on the heels of a masterful performance by their starter, Espinal. For Dominic Lorenzano, Rich Francis, and Al Visnick signing off. Have a great rest of your weekend, ladies and gentlemen.